Good evening, everyone, and welcome on back to the channel. Thank you, as always, for being here, for showing up, for stopping in, listening to some good music alongside with me. Because that's what we're here for. That's what I'm here for. Hope that's what you're here for as well. Let's go ahead and listen to Bill Bruford, because it's going to be a good time. Should be a good time. We're going to listen to this track, Fainting in Coils. This is off of the album One of a Kind, which was released in 1979. This particular track has been suggested and recommended and pushed up towards me by the following: B. Tanner Eagle, caw. Eagles don't really go caw, probably. Link Steven, It's Helium, perhaps? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing any names. Paul M. Dove, P. Pureling, Back Looking, not looking back, but back looking. So I guess you're looking at other people's backs? I don't know. Anyways, you guys recommended this track, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to give it a listen. We'll give it a whirl. We'll dive on into this Bill Bruford world. That kind of worked. Here we go.
Alice did not feel encouraged to ask any more questions about it.
That scared
so she turned to the Mock Turtle and said,
"What else had you to know?"
Well, there was mystery.
The Mock Turtle replied, counting off the subjects on his flappers.
Mystery, ancient modern, lithography, then drawing. The drawing master was an old congreve that used to come once a week. He taught us drawing, stretching, and fainting in coils.
I like that riff. Kind of crimsony. Okay. It's playing. It's Holdsworth, that's why. Listen to the keys underneath the solo. The slide into that. What in the tangerine dream is this? What a cool track this is. Listen to the depth now, the bass coming in hard. It's a long fill. I don't know how many of you recommended this track. How many of you was that? Was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? You 7. You get a gold medal today. You 7. That was fun. That was exciting to listen to. I didn't feel like anything out of there was wasteful or unnecessary. To me, this is kind of the perfect balance of this progressive jazz fusion kind of sound, in which obviously the technical capabilities are just crazy, but it doesn't forget about melody. It doesn't forget about composition and holding it all together. It does a great job of keeping it all together in this piece of music. And I really like how, obviously, this is Bruford's band and everything, but he doesn't overshadow anyone at all. He does what a great drummer does, and that is to provide rhythm, but also to be creative with those rhythmic patterns. He's not just sitting back in the pocket, although pocket at points he does play. He brings a certain excitement into the music, especially with some of the other percussion that's brought in. But he allows the spotlight to properly be shown onto the other musicians. Let's talk about those other musicians like Dave Stewart and Alan Holdsworth. Let's if you don't mind, let's talk about them, because I want to talk about them. So, Holdsworth and Dave Stewart, I gotta tell you, their playing together is magical. It is one of a kind, the way that they coalesce, the way that they work together. Let's just ignore everybody else for just a moment. These two have a perfect musical marriage. I would say, especially the beginning, like after this weird voiceover kind of thing, which reminds me of Alice in Wonderland, we get, to me, what's almost a Crimson-esque guitar riff that comes in, very heavy, and then it kind of goes off of that, and like I said, goes down more melodic paths. And I would say a huge part of that is because of Dave Stewart. The tones that he chooses in his synths and in his keys are so good to listen to. Very brilliant, very bright, And none of the sounds that he has or none of the tones sound like weird in the sense of like they sound out of place. Sometimes they stretch, but they always sound in place in the music. And I like how at certain points Holdsworth will pull back on the guitar and Stewart will just perfectly organically come up front. And then vice versa. Stewart comes back, maybe plays some more atmospheric chords to lift things up, while Holdsworth comes out blazing out the gates like a rhino in the field or somewhere. I just think that they have a really, really perfect melodic balance and marriage between them. I think that they were just a joy to listen to. Now, besides all the atmospherics, the bass playing, which was up front, which was fat, which was thick, it walks past you and you look... That's going to be Jeff Berlin on the bass. I mean, just fantastic bass line. I like, once again, how some of the notes, some of the way, the ways that he plays almost sounds not silly, but levity. There's some levity in the way that he plays. But never at any point does the band move off into any sort of parody or, you know, like cheap prog kind of tendencies. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know? I really like how focused it is, while at the same time allowing space for all these creative minds to really come together. The middle section, when we have the organ from Stewart that comes in, and that just creates this blissful moment in the music where you're really allowed to just like drift with the music. You have what I'm assuming were some snapping fingers coming in as well, kind of providing a sort of metronome for us while the beats were kind of played at a different measure. Don't know what they were. I was trying to catch some of them. And then it all comes together brilliantly at the end for a much more powerful and resounding climax. This is a really good track. This was fantastic to listen to. That was very, very good. Great recommendation, you guys. Really, really good recommendation on that one. So there's not really much lyrics, but spoken in the beginning is, Alice did not feel encouraged to ask any more questions about it, so she turned to the Mock Turtle and said, what else had you to learn? Well, there was mystery, the Mock Turtle replied, counting off the subjects on his flappers. Mystery ancient and modern, with seography, then drawling. The drawling master was an old conger eel that used to come once a week. He taught us drawling, stretching, and fainting in coils. Well, I'm imagining that's why I thought Alice in Wonderland, because I heard Alice. This reminds me of Jethro Tull, Passion Play, Hair That Lost His Glasses, like that kind of section, which I like. And I like how here, I'm assuming, of course, it plays into the rest of the album, but at least in this moment, like, it's a little quick spoken word, and then we get down to business. Right? And business it is. Man, great suggestion, guys. Great one. Let me know what you guys thought, though. Did you enjoy this? Did you not enjoy this? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you can follow me in the places that appear here on the screen. They might be spinning. They might be just coming from the bottom. They might be drifting up from the top. I have no idea. I do all that in post. But please enjoy the rest of your day. Come back tomorrow, and I will see you all then, guys. Bye.